that time of year when Hollywood makes its way to Phoenix for Phoenix Film Festival. And joining me today is Executive Director of the festival, Jason Carney. Tell us about what to expect this year. And I will say, Jason, 25 years. And we were just talking about this. I remember me doing the first or second year maybe when I moved here. It was kind of interesting because it was just small. I think we were like in some like little bar kind of thing. We were wondering what's going on. But now Hollywood is literally fighting to get in here.
Yeah, it's a whole different beast. 11 days, 275 screenings, and definitely our best lineup that we've had ever. It's so good.
I know, and you've had stars come in, quite a bit of them come in. But before we get to that, I want to get to something that we were saying. Animation is actually kind of big this year. It's been there, but you're really highlighting it this year.
Yeah, we have this great movie called Sneaks. It's directed by a veteran filmmaker, but he's got a great cast like Anthony Mackie, Keith David, and so many other names. And it's a great family film, and it's also like a great story about sneaker culture, as you know how big that is these days. And so this tells the story of a brother-sister sneaker that gets separated, and they have to try to find each other through the big city. So,
oh my gosh, this is so cool. Now, is this a short or a full-length film?
It's a full-length feature. We're showing it in one of our centerpiece spots, our second Saturday of the festival, and it's the first time we've ever done a family film in that high profile of a spot.
Yeah. You know, we call it the Phoenix Film Festival. We do have different Hollywood people coming in. Again, I'm going to get to that in just a second. But I want to talk about our locals here because it's kind of interesting that we have a lot of local filmmakers who leave, but definitely get their projects in here because they want to show that they're from Phoenix.
Right. They want to come back. They want to, show what they've got and what they've been working on. But also they've, the local filmmakers that are still here are still shooting and trying to get in the festival. And, we've made a good commitment to them. And like roughly 10 to 15% of our films are still from the local filmmakers. We've, made a commitment to the community and we honor it.
Yeah. And I will say, I think this is a very important year for people to come out to the festival because I have a feeling next year you're going to see some more Hollywood here because we've just got incentives to start making films here. They're building studios nearby. People are coming here. And I think they're really liking to be here in Phoenix. And this festival is one way to show that they want to be a part of the community.
Yeah, we get great crowds. Our audiences, they know about the business. They know about movies. And the studios love it. They're going to bring out their bigger films. Like, none of the studios said no to me in terms of trying to line up my films this year. And so we've got such a great lineup. And it's, it's basically that 25-year history that's made us so popular.
So let me ask you that. What do? Do you just pick up the phone and go, hey, MGM, I want this movie, or you know what, such and such, I want to have your movie in my festival, or do they submit?
At that level, we're doing some outreach. We're talking to A24, Bleecker Street, Amazon, MGM, those kind of studios, and that's where, and Focus Features is another one where we've got films from this year, and it's just working out. Sony Picture Classics. Yeah. So all these studios that are kind of releasing like good like art house, but a little higher level films that are, we're able to secure and put them in opening and closing night spots.
I like it, because are you ready for this, people? Because I like to know how Jason picked up the phone, called someone and said, you know what, it'd be great if we had Platoon for the festival, just because we want to maybe see if Oliver Stone is coming.
Yeah, that worked out really nicely. We've been working on it since last August, and so somebody from the film is a relative of somebody that did security at our festival like 10 years ago, and he's retired, and they're like, hey, you should talk to this festival, and the military advisor from the movie reached out, and they do this all, like these guys get together, in small groups throughout the country because they had such a great experience making Platoon, and they're like, hey, we want to get together, we want to hang out, we don't want to do it on the coast, how about Phoenix? And so we've been working and trying to get Oliver Stone to be part of this, and about 3 weeks ago, we finally got through and nailed him down to be part of this, and a lot of technical people that worked on the film are going to be there, and some legendary actors like Keith David, Corey Glover, who's in the band Living Color in the early 90s. He started his career in this movie. Wow. He'll be there, and several other folks.
Oh my goodness. And if you don't know this movie, you got to go watch it because there's some young actors that got their name big because of Oliver Stone. Brando movie. This is one that people are talking about.
Yeah, Waltzing with Brando. It's part of our first Saturday. It stars Billy Billy Zane as Marlon Brando, and he's really great, and he'll be at the festival. It was shortlisted for the Oscar for Best Hair and Makeup. They did such a great job on Billy Zane to make him look like Brando, and he's just so great. And the film is kind of light. It has John Heder from Napoleon Dynamite in a big role, and yeah, he's pretty like unrecognizable.
Was that Billy Zane?
That was Billy Zane.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was actually Marlon Brando.
Yeah, no, and they get like Richard Dreyfuss has a small role, but it's mostly like Heder and Billy Zane chewing up scenery. It's a really nice, fun movie.
Oh my gosh, all right, that's one on the list there.
Yeah,
all right,
sure.
Let's talk about it. I love that it moved from being one day. The different celebs that are going to be there. So who's all going to be?
Oliver Stone and Billy Zane, Keith David, and among others. And so we'll continue to work the phones, and you never know who's going to show up. I remember years ago, like all of a sudden Tom Sizemore was there, and I was like, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
And then one year Brad Perry was there. It's crazy.
Look at Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about tickets and way people can come see these amazing films.
If you go to PhoenixFilmFestival.com, the schedule's there. You can pick your films. You can see one movie. You can see 4 movies, or you can get the whole festival pass and try to see, I think 63 is the most you can do, and a couple of people are doing it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in, Jason.
Yeah,
It's always good to see him. Hey, you know what? More information is over on the CW7AZ.com, so check it out. All right.